The third temple in Jerusalem remains one of the most discussed subjects in biblical prophecy, especially among Christians who believe the scriptures point toward future end times events. For many believers, the temple is not merely a historical structure from the past, but a prophetic symbol that seems to connect the ancient promises of God with the unfolding events of the present age. To understand why this matters, we must first remember the history of the temple. The first temple, built by King Solomon, stood as the center of worship in ancient Israel. It was the place where God's glory was uniquely associated with his people. Yet it was eventually destroyed because of Israel's repeated disobedience and unfaithfulness. The loss of that temple was not only a national tragedy, but also a spiritual warning. Later, the second temple was rebuilt after the exile. Though it did not carry the same visible glory as the first, it became holy ground in a far greater way. Because it was there that Jesus Christ ministered among his people. He taught in its courts, confronted hypocrisy there, and foretold its destruction. That prophecy was fulfilled when the Romans destroyed Jerusalem, and the temple in AD 70 history confirms what Jesus said. And that alone should remind us that his words are never empty. From there, attention turns to the possibility of a third temple. Some Christians, especially those who interpret prophecy from a futurist perspective, believe passages such as Daniel 9:27, Matthew 24:15, and 2 Thessalonians 2:4 point to a future temple that will play a role in the final events of history. In this understanding, Daniel's prophecy suggests a coming covenant, a period of sacrifice, and then a dramatic interruption in the middle of that final week. Matthew speaks of the abomination of desolation, and Paul describes a figure who exalts himself in the temple of God. For those who hold this view, these passages seem to fit together like pieces of a larger prophetic picture. At the same time, it is important to be honest and careful. These passages are not interpreted the same way by all Christians. Some read them as referring to past events, while others see them as symbolic or already fulfilled in another way. So while the third temple is highly significant in certain interpretations of prophecy, it should not be presented as a settled fact beyond dispute. It is a conviction held by many, but not all. Still, there is no denying that modern developments have caused many to take notice. Various groups have made preparations connected to temple worship, including sacred vessels, priestly training, and garments made according to biblical pattern. These efforts do not mean a temple is currently being built, but they do show that the idea of restoration is alive in the minds of many. For some, this is a warning. For others, it is a hope. But for the believer, the deeper message is not fear. It is the faithfulness of God. The rise and fall of temples, kingdoms, and empires does not overturn his purposes. If prophecy is unfolding, then it is unfolding under his sovereign hand. And if the Lord is preparing history for what comes next, then his people are called to watch with discernment, to stand with humility, and to remember that the final hope of Scripture is not a building made by human hands, but the eternal dwelling of God with his people. So the third temple, whether understood literally or symbolically, remains a powerful signpost in the conversation about biblical prophecy. It points many believers towards sober reflection, faithful vigilance, and the certainty that God's plan is moving toward its appointed fulfillment.